Hello. Hi. I should be live now. How's everybody going? So one of our co-hosts is running a little bit late, but will be joining us in around 10 minutes. But I figured that we might as well get started anyway. Oh look, I'm a weird shape. That'll have to do. I'm assuming that one person watching is me, but that's fine. I can hold up, what's the word? Hold fort on my own. Hooray! I have a little crown next to my name. That's kind of cool. How's everybody going? Can you hear me and see me and things? Can everybody hear me? Or see me or anything else? Hooray! That's excellent news. Anyway, so like I said, the co-host is running a little bit late, but we can have a chat now anyway. Perhaps you can tell me how your Christmas was, seeing as this was our Christmas book for our Christmas month of the year. I know, it's very, very hot. Bobby is in Australia as well. It is currently 42 degrees Celsius and it's very warm. Does everybody here celebrate Christmas? Does anyone celebrate anything other than Christmas in the December season? Trucks in the background. That's nice. I am excellent, but extremely warm. It's very warm here. There's no air conditioning in the room that I'm in right now. So it's going to get warmer. Oh, cool. Hello. Where's everybody joining us from? It looks like we've got 2 Australians. Candid Dreams says that we're not religious, but are pretty big on Christmas. That's pretty much the same in our family. We don't really celebrate the religious side of it, but we get pretty big on just spending time together and enjoying Christmas holidays together and Christmas lunch. Melbourne, fun times. How are you handling the heat today in Melbourne? I hope you've got good aircon where you are. I had to go to a house inspection this morning at 9:30 in the morning, and it was already way too hot, which kind of turned out well because it meant that everyone else was scared off by the heat and there were only like 3 other people looking at the house. But it's definitely going to be a doozy of a day today. It's not going to be fun. Totally understandable. Today is a day for hiding away from the sun. Totally understandable. So does anyone have any Christmas traditions that they like to do every year with their family or just on their own? Ooh, excuse me. Hello to the new people who are joining us. There's more people joining. That's cool. Drinking eggnog. That's kind of cool. I don't know many people from Australia who do that. I don't think I've ever had eggnog. Wintry kind of drink. Or cold eggnog. I've never really found out. Oh, Chelsea. We've got negative 12 degrees and 42 degrees. There is no in between. Cool. And Bobby goes to the lake. Is that like a family thing that you do? Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind trading you for some cold weather right now. It's the sun in Australia is lethal. Do you do anything cool for Christmas, Chelsea, seeing as you've just joined us? No, not at the Christmas. What does that mean? You just go there at this time of year? Or you're going today? Oh, you're going today because it's warm. Of course you are. Sorry, I misread that. The chat lags, so I get confused. That sounds really nice. Our family Christmas tradition is that we always get together and sing Christmas carols together with our close family friends, except everyone always has too much wine, so they end up getting pretty ridiculous and silly, and we sing in foreign languages and just generally make fools of ourselves, but it's quite fun. Cool. So our co-host has just got home, she says, which means I will be joined by a friend shortly, which is nice. Oh, that's really nice. I'd love to be able to do that with someone. If only I had a partner to do that with. The last couple of years, I tried to do an advent calendar with activities to do, but December always ends up so busy that I just kind of don't do any of the activities anyway, which doesn't really work out the way it's supposed to. Hooray! Totally understandable. Another candy bar. That sounds pretty good too. I always have really over-realistic expectations for Christmas. So I think that I'm going to do way more than I end up doing. And then I end up doing basically nothing. Who's that?
Oh, Kirsty.
Hi.
Hi. Who's that?
It's me, Jasmine. I'm filming.
Hey, Jasmine. I'm like, who? Hey, darling. Was there? I was just looking for the post hangout is being used.
Oh, it's being used. So.
It's all good then.
Whoops. I'm currently in a house filled with 7 other people, so it's a bit hard to find a private place to sneak away and live stream, as you have just noticed. So how many people in the chat now actually read the book of the month? AKA, how much can we talk about the book and how much should we be talking about all of the other things? Hooray, Vanessa's here.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm here.
You're sideways.
I'm sideways. Okay. Am I the right way now? Oh, no.
There we go. Now we have friends. Oh, I want ice cream.
So, have you guys been chatting already?
We have. We've been talking about our Christmas traditions.
Oh, that's exciting.
Do you have any Christmas traditions?
We usually just do like a tree and stockings and stuff. Nothing big.
Fair enough. All the normal stuff. Chelsea was telling us about a very awesome advent calendar that she and her fiance did, which sounds really cool.
Chelsea Darling?
They like gave each other an advent calendar with like date things and gifts and stuff in it to share. And I was like, oh, I want someone to do that with.
Oh man. Is the echo okay, or should I?
Pardon?
Is the echo okay, or do I need to get headphones?
It's okay for me. Is it okay for everyone else? I think it's fine. It should be fine. You sound fine.
Okay, cool. Trying to open my laptop so I can read the chat, but it's giving me problems.
Yeah. How have you been? What have you been doing?
I'm at home visiting my family right now, so it's been fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I got to see my mom and my grandma and all my friends and stuff.
Thank you for sneaking out and joining us then.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't miss it. So, did you have any fun Christmas traditions that you talked about?
Basically, the only Christmas tradition we really have is that my family and our next door neighbor's family gets together and sings Christmas carols together on Christmas Eve. Not like your traditional carols, because we all drink a lot of wine and beer and get a little silly and end up singing nonsense words and being just very ridiculous while we sing our carols.
Well, that sounds like even more fun.
I think it's more fun than any normal carols.
Aw. Okay, trying to get the chat up and running.
Oh, good. Oh, your sound cut out.
Oh no. I said, are there very many people in the chat?
There were. I think there's only a couple now, but we had a few for a while.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure people will come and go.
Hmm.
Bobby's hanging out and talking to us.
Cool. Trying to get over there.
Fair enough.
So I read A Christmas Carol on ebook while I was in California. It was pretty good.
How long did it take you to read it? Actually, that's a good question for the whole group. Like, how long did you take to read the book? Because I listened to it on audiobook and was done in an evening, which I'm wondering if was maybe not a smart move because it means that I've already forgotten most of it.
Yeah. I feel like probably like 4 or 5 days because I just wasn't reading that much at a time. I'd read like a little bit for one night and then the next night I'd read more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm really curious to see how long it takes people to read these books because like they're all really short books anyway. So I think it'll be a bit interesting to see how people end up reading such short books.
Yeah. I'm excited. Your audiobook was the Tim Curry one, right?
Yes, it was.
Like that.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Sometimes his accent confused me a little bit. I was like, this is not what I expected at all. But like the way he made Scrooge sound was pretty hilarious, which is the most important part. So that'll do.
I can only imagine. I'm going to need to get that audiobook soon.
I know. I feel like maybe because I knew it was Tim Curry, I expected it to be funnier. Like I expected him to do more of his strange accents that he sometimes does, but he kind of didn't. Like he took it seriously, and that was a bit. I know, like it is actually a serious book, but I expected to be. I don't know. I expected it to almost be making fun of it, and it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh man.
Cool.
Cool. I'm in the chat now. So.
Now we have.
Yes.
Oh. I'm going to take a little video for Instagram.
Aww.
And tell people on Instagram to get their butts over here and talk to us. So, say hi.
Hello.
We're on Instagram chatting about A Christmas Carol. No, we're not. We're not on Instagram at all. We're on YouTube chatting about A Christmas Carol. So you should come and say hi with us. That would be awesome.
All right. Ooh, is he still here?
Who? Chelsea?
Chelsea.
I think so. Chelsea, are you still there?
Chelsea. She's fun.
Cool.
She has baby. I love them.
She has what? Baby goats?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to sound really weird. Like when I was getting excited for Christmas, I was watching like heaps and heaps of those like Hallmark Christmas movies.
Uh-huh.
And I watched one where the girl starts a bed and breakfast inn with like baby goats and things. And ever since then I've been like, that's all I want to do. I just want to give up on life and own a bed and breakfast with goats. Like,
That's like
all of my other life plans out the window. Just give me some goats.
I will come stay at your goat bed and breakfast.
That would be awesome.
Do we get to sleep with the goats in our rooms with us?
You can if you want. I don't care. I just want goats. That was so cute. Yeah. Strongly recommend. Anyway, if you want to watch it and, you know, get inspired to have your own goats, then I think it was called All of My Heart, and you should watch it.
All of My Heart. Is it on like Netflix or is it?
I don't know if it's on Netflix. I didn't watch it on Netflix. I think I watched it on the Hallmark Channel or something.
Okay.
But it's got the chick from Mean Girls in it because she's in almost all of the Hallmark movies.
Rachel McAdams or the other
No,
one? Amanda.
Lacey Chabert, the one Toaster Strudel. Toaster Strudel girl. I can't remember her name.
Gretchen Wieners, right?
Yeah, Gretchen Wieners. Actress. She's in like all of them. She's in like 5 movies a season or something. It's phenomenal.
Did you see that post where it was like all of the other girls that were in Mean Girls did a movie with Channing Tatum? And it was like
Oh,
all of them, like Rachel McAdams with Channing Tatum, and then like Amanda Seyfried with Channing Tatum. And at the bottom it's like, and none for Gretchen Wiener.
none for Gretchen Wieners. That's so true. Okay, so now my new goal is to be Gretchen Wieners with goats.
That sounds like a good life plan. You should get some like steps written out so that you can do it.
Yes.
And I'm sure Lola would have fun.
Yes, with the goats. Lola and goats.
Ooh, the Muppet version of Christmas Carol. I have not seen that.
Oh, you should. It's actually really good.
Really? I don't think I've ever seen any Muppets anything.
I haven't seen any other Muppets movies except for the Muppets Christmas Carol. But I watched it because one of my friends really likes the Muppets and she wanted to watch it. And like it surprised me how close to the actual like words of the book it is. Like the script is really, really almost word for word exactly what is written in the books. Like they took out some of the ridiculous descriptions, but like it was really cool. It was very clever. So
That's exciting. That's
I
impressive.
was trying to watch an important video of a puppy, she says.
What? Oh.
The Jim one was strange. Someone else says they like the Jim Carrey animated one. Isn't that the one where like the final ghost is where he's getting chased by like rats on a carriage?
I don't know. That's
really
horrifying. Although
it was really strange. And it's not in the book at all. But like in the final ghost, when he meets the final ghost, he gets shrunk down and chased around the city by like an animated horse-drawn carriage. The horses are rats.
That sounds like a really bad nightmare.
I know. And I'm like, they didn't say anything about that in the book.
Oh.
Hi. Oh, Chelsea's gonna steal my goats. So Chelsea, if I supply the bed and breakfast, will you supply the goats? That would be awesome. We've got someone watching from Sri Lanka, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Hello.
Wow. You're known as Goat Girl.
Oh.
Has anyone else seen am I right? Is that the actual Jim Carrey version? People who are watching, help. Because I can't remember.
And I've never
help me.
Because I suck at movies, so I'm no help.
Aw, that's okay.
But the last twist in the book was pretty scary too, to be fair. Like there was
yeah, he's like literally just the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
With no words.
Yeah. And we was talking about like seeing all the other like ghouls or whatever in the street. That was like
yeah. Strange times. What other? There's like so many adaptations of A Christmas Carol. It's like
I know there's
a standard Christmas story.
Yeah, I think the only one I ever really saw was the one with Donald Duck. And from now on, like whenever I just picture Donald Duck.
Cute. One with Robin Williams, which is called Scrooge, which is like it's not exactly the same, but it's like kind of modern day adaptation, retelling of it.
Yeah.
Which half of. I don't think I finished it.
Oh.
But the Muppets one has Michael Caine as Scrooge. And so it's like the only one where I actually like Scrooge as a person and I'm actually rooting for him to become a good guy at the end because Michael Caine is just so sweet.
Aww. I don't know what else is he in? The name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
He's like the old British guy. I don't know what he's in like I think he's in Miss Congeniality. If you've seen him.
Oh, the butler from Batman.
The butler from Batman. There we go. Yes, he is the butler from Batman.
Thank you. He makes a great Scrooge.
Yeah, the Muppets version is definitely very good though.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that 51 version. Sure.
I don't know what that is. I might have to Google it.
Yeah. I have tea.
Oh, I want tea.
Aw.
I ran out of time to make myself tea, which is very.
Aw.
Miss Congeniality is great. Alfred, not just Butler. Miss Congeniality is great. That was such a good movie.
It's on Netflix now. I really want to watch it.
We should buddy watch it.
We could. That would be amazing.
Totally down for that. Should have a watch along. NovelTea Book Club watch along with Miss Congeniality because that's relevant.
Miss Congeniality, right?
Exactly. So perfect. All right.
We made
it. It's decided. I don't even know how to spell it properly. There we go. Anyway, should we talk about book-related things? I started trying to come up with some questions to ask, but ran out of enthusiasm.
Yeah, I was looking at essay questions or something to give us points to talk about, but then I also forgot to do that.
Do a quick sneaky Google. What does Google have to say about A Christmas Carol?
It was good though. It was better than I was expecting because I thought it was going to be kind of like a long drawn out thing, and I liked how short it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like when you hear Charles Dickens, you assume that you're going to spend like 5 months trying to read the book.
Yeah.
So it's good to know that he can write shorter books when required.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol, is that the one with Donald Duck?
I think so.
Yeah. Chelsea says that she's seen that one too.
Oh, good. Did we find
Books
any...
and makers, do you find any similarities between you and Scrooge?
You know, from time to time, I think everyone feels a little bit Scroogey, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I think I remember someone writing a tweet about it that summed it up pretty perfectly, that it was just like, friendly reminder that Scrooge doesn't actually hate Christmas, he hates people, and that's totally understandable. Who doesn't sometimes?
Very true. I mean, I think it's kind of easy to get into like that mindset where it's like you're just worried about yourself and like your job and all of that, and you forget to care about
take the time to care about other people.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Who is David Attenborough?
Oh, he's like the nature talking guy.
Oh my god, like on the BBC, like on Planet Earth?
The BBC nature guy who does all the like voiceovers of the animals and stuff.
Oh my god. Okay. That's exciting.
Old British guy, I automatically think of David Attenborough. Fair enough. Sorry, that wasn't a very good explanation. I did my best.
Sim, okay. So the Sim version, I'm just thinking of the Sims video game. Am I like way off the mark here?
I think it was like, from 1951, so I feel like
assuming the Sims.
Old school Sims. Otherwise known probably as Life.
Oh man. Oh, Time and Chance is from Canada.
That's cool. We've got a few people around. Is it very cold there? I've seen some photos of like how crazy cold it's been in like Canada and eastern, like northeastern America.
Yeah, I like ice and snow pictures.
Yeah, and someone posted a photo of like their window cracked from the cold. Like it actually cracking it because it got so cold.
That's horrifying.
I know. That would make me a Scrooge.
Yeah, for sure. Don't have time for Tiny Tim. My window's broken.
Actually, that's a good question. What does everyone actually think of Tiny Tim?
What did you think of Tiny Tim?
He's a little sap.
Yeah. I was like, this is a 30-year-old man in like a 10-year-old boy's body.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think he was a very strange person. Oh no, what's this? Something about Trump.
Oh
Why are we talking
no.
now?
I feel about Trump that I don't want to talk about Trump because,
We
you
never
know,
want to talk about Trump.
he makes everything feel like Scrooge, I
What a
feel.
nightmare. Yeah, just a nightmare.
He's like the real life Scrooge. I guess that is very relevant to this conversation. Oh, cool. There's a YA.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really cool. I might end up
Yeah.
reading that here or something.
Yeah. That sounds
I'm
exciting.
curious to see about retellings of it, to be honest. Because,
Yeah.
like, I appreciate that this book is so short, but I also feel like the whole idea of how Scrooge ends up hating Christmas that much in the first place is really brushed over, and then like how he decides not to. And it would be kind of cool to see if other people end up trying to bring more background into that.
That would be really good. Like a prequel.
Like when you yeah, like the Ghost of Christmas Past stuff when you're just like skipping 5 years into the future and he starts off being like a nice little kid and then ends up being Scrooge somehow. Like,
Yeah.
how does that happen?
I need to
Like
know.
a villain origin story. Like Heartless, but better.
Yeah. Well, I still haven't read Heartless, but I've heard bad things.
Don't bother.
Okay, I won't bother that. Aw.
Just write the Scrooge version instead. Don't bother reading Heartless.
What do you mean?
As in, write the Scrooge version of Heartless instead of reading Heartless. Oh, that you're talking to someone else. Hi,
Aw.
friend.
Present. Yeah. So my friend Jesse said, which ghost, if you were Scrooge, which ghost do you think would have had the stuff that like got you to change your ways?
Ah, good question. That's a very good question. Hmm. I feel like if I said the Ghost of Christmas Future, I'd be a bad person. Because like that ghost is so intense. Like I'm sure I feel like the Ghost of Christmas Future is like the last resort for even the worst person to change them, is to like
Yeah.
see how miserable they're gonna be when they die or something. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I already like Christmas a lot. I guess the
Mhm.
Ghost of Christmas Present, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I think too, because I think like seeing what's going on today, it kind of makes you feel like you have a chance to actually do something and like make it
Yeah,
better or
right.
join in. Feel like that other people are having such a good Christmas. You can be
Yeah,
like, I could be doing that.
exactly. Or like just a little reminder, like here's a person that you care about that you've might have forgotten to send your wishes to this year, and this is what's going on in their life.
Yeah.
Like someone did that, like, hey, here are all the people that you care about that you have let slip from your communication this year.
Aw.
That would definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, so sad. Fezziwig was a good guy and deserved better. True.
Wait, who's the wig? Was that in the book?
Fezziwig was, yeah, he was the boss, Scrooge's boss when he was younger, who threw the
Oh,
Christmas party.
oh yeah. Oh, he was a good guy and he did deserve better. I agree.
I don't understand how he didn't have more of an influence on Scrooge though, because he was a really good guy and Scrooge liked him. See, this
Yeah,
is why I had a background story. I was just so confused. Like,
it happened. Like his parents must have gotten murdered in an alleyway on Christmas or something.
yeah, he's actually just the Christmas version of Batman.
Yeah. I mean, it has.
Like Michael Caine comes into play. Oh no,
Oh,
that's horrible. Books
no.
and baking. I'm so sorry.
Oh. I would spend your birthday with you if you invited me.
I would.
We would have cake.
Oh, I'd have to spend a lot of money to travel probably because most of y'all are not in the same country as me, but I would come anyway.
Very sad. Australia's like all the way over there too. It's not even just like,
It's
oh,
not
you know.
even like a small journey. It's actually like halfway across the world journey.
Oh,
Difficult time.
oh man.
Well, we're talking about melons. I'm so confused.
I think there's a these are pretty good troll comments though, I have to say.
Beautiful. Come here for big sexy time. Beautiful. Yeah. So the Disney version is the one that has Scrooge with Mickey Mouse and stuff.
Yeah, Scrooge McDuck, I remember. Who's your favorite?
Yeah, 2020 was definitely the year of Scrooge. I agree.
For sure. 2018 is going to
What's
be
your
the
question?
year. What? Uh-oh.
That was a bit odd.
Are we okay? Is our connection okay?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. What was your question?
Someone said, who is your favorite character in A Christmas Carol?
Oh, again, it's a Christmas present, I reckon. Just because he's like such a jolly guy with his red hair and all his food. Like,
That's true. I liked him. At first, I didn't even realize it was like a ghost. I was like, what's happening at this moment right now?
yeah.
Well, I feel like she didn't have a big part, but I feel like I want to know more about Scrooge's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. I agree. We were talking about that actually when we were watching. What's going on back there?
For what?
When we were watching the Muppets Christmas Carol version, my friend and I were talking about the fact that like it's like such a classy breakup that they have on Christmas Eve, though. At least it is in the movie. Because she's just like, he's like, I love you. And she's like, you did once. And then just walks away like gracefully without tears or arguments or screaming. And I'm like, who has that kind of breakup?
Oh, oh man. It's
So
so sad.
And dignified.
Yeah. Well, because she's a classy lady, it seems like.
Yeah. Yeah, the nephew was pretty cool too, but I don't know about that like charades game that they have. That makes me a bit sad.
What was that?
Go against character for him. You know when they're playing like, it's basically like the vintage version of 20 questions where they have to ask you no. And he's like, it's an animal. And it's like, no one likes the animal and they all avoid it. And it turns out that they're talking about Scrooge.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty not very nice.
Yeah.
But he did stand up for
why I don't like talking bad about people even if they're not there. Because like I can never get over how shit you would feel if you knew.
Yeah.
Poor
Scrooge must have been a womanizer. I mean, I could see it. He must have been a horrible boyfriend. He was for sure a horrible boyfriend. I'm 100%.
Putting off their wedding because he needed to earn more money for them or something, which, yeah.
Which, like, on the one hand, I could see how that probably started out as, like, good intentions and, like, you know, he just loved her and he deserves or whatever. But he probably
prosper and not be poor anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a good reminder that there's never a perfect time for anything, so you should just jump in and do it.
That's very good, wise words, Jasmine.
Life advice, Jasmine, 2018.
Yes. Please start a series.
I still can't come up with any questions. You're doing so much better than me.
Oh. Oh, would the story change if Tiny Tim wasn't sick?
Ooh. See, this is why I don't like Tiny Tim. He's got too much influence on people.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have to a degree, yes. Because, like, his fear, there's so many factors in why he ends up changing, like, including the fact that he sees how little people think of him the way he is now. And he remembers liking Christmas when he was younger. And then, like, the
Yeah.
future stuff when he sees him die and no one cares. Like,
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with Tiny Tim.
But then he sees like how much everyone would care to lose Tiny Tim and probably is
Yeah.
comparing.
But, mm.
Not a Tiny Tim fan.
It's just, I don't know. He just comes across as like a little child suck up that says the things that he knows the parents are gonna simper over.
Yeah, when he was like, I'm glad I'm crippled because then I can go to church. People feel bad or whatever. Little shit. Oh man.
Scrooge equals Trump. Didn't we talk about that before?
We did. We did.
Trump and Scrooge.
Books and Baking said there's so much that is implied about him, and I agree. Like, I would like to know more.
Yes. I also agree. This is why we need our villain origin story.
This condition was like curable the entire time.
Is it? Did Tiny Tim get cured at the end?
I don't know if he got cured, but he lived quite happily by the looks of it. I think he just needed some money to get him some doctors or something.
Yeah. So Scrooge.
Well, I was like reading something they're saying like it was like there's a couple like diseases out there that would have been curable during that time as long as you had access to a doctor. So realistically, it's like Tim's just like hamming it up, like hoping for some charity.
Oh my god. Okay, so Jesse's saying that he was reading that there are a lot of diseases during that time that were perfectly curable, but only if you had enough money.
Yeah.
And Tiny Tim was probably just hamming it up so that Scrooge would pay for his doctor.
I knew it. I knew it. Suspicious.
Actually, he's like a evil man.
Totally agree. He knows what he's doing.
Never say why he's sick or why he's crippled or anything, right?
Yeah, they never really say like what it is that he has, right?
The version is on YouTube if you want to see it. That's good. Yeah, I kind of agree with who was that? Candid Dreams. That Scrooge, he's reasonably redeemable. Like I know he's all talk but no action, all bark and no bite. I don't know what the idiom is that you use for that, but like he sits there and he says "bar humbug" at the start of the book, but he doesn't actually really do anything. Like he's not vicious. He's just a grumpy guy that's like jaded on people and thinks people can go like just fuck off.
Yeah, he definitely. It was more like the stuff that he didn't do that made him an asshole.
Yeah, I agree. So I feel like he's at least slightly more redeemable than Trump.
Yeah, for sure. He wasn't actively trying to hurt anyone.
Yep.
I'm trying to see what this sim version of A Christmas Carol is all about.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay. Oh, it's Alistair Sim, an animated.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right? Maybe. I hope that's the one you're talking about. Because there's another one that came out in 1951, which is like an actual movie. Okay. I don't know.
I think it's supposed to be in 51.
Okay. Then it's a movie with Alistair Sim.
That sounds right.
I'll have to watch it.
Might have to watch that too.
Yeah.
This is just turning into a movie club instead of a book club.
Yeah. Oh, we got a lot of questions.
Can you ski in Australia? Oh, what's your favorite kind of tea? I like this question.
My favorite kind of tea is the Halloween tree from NovelTea Co. It's so good. It
So
tastes
much
like it tastes like dessert. I love it.
love. I'm so glad.
I
What
also
is
like
my favorite tea? Sorry, go.
I also have Caramel Apple Dream from Celestial Seasonings, which is like another go-to tea for
That tea that you sent me for our stationery exchange was amazing. It's like
Was
the
it?
tea that I've constantly been trying to replicate ever since. I don't know what it was. I think it was like an apple chai.
Mhm.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was red dragon chai or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that sounds so good. Anyway, what have I been drinking lately? I don't know.
Oh man, -17 Celsius in Canada. That's 0 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cold.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
no.
extreme.
I'm sorry that you have to have that cold of weather.
Also, yes to peeing your pants if Marley showed up in your house. Like, that would be pretty scary.
Yeah, he was terrifying. Like unnecessarily terrifying, I
With his
feel.
jaw falling off if he undoes his bandages because he's like half rotten or something.
Was that? I was not expecting that from A Christmas Carol.
So morbid.
Oh my god.
This is why we can only watch animated versions instead of real life versions.
Oh god, it went
Yeah.
Christmas Carol, Walking Dead really fast. Grudge, like that scene.
Zombie
Grudge.
attack.
Yeah. Oh man.
So agree.
Hmm.
There we go. We're coming up with so many ideas for adaptations. No wonder there's so many of them. Christmas Carol, but the Walking Dead version. Christmas Carol, but the village origin story. Do we have any authors in the chat? Anyone ready to get onto this?
Oh man. Rose and vanilla tea sounds really good.
That does sound really nice. I might be snaffling that away to use as something.
Ooh, what literary pilgrimages have you been on?
I haven't been on any because I'm in Australia.
Oh, I'm sure. Are there books in Australia though, right? Like,
There's books in Australia.
I mean,
Yes.
books set in Australia.
Yeah, there are a couple. Yeah. There's like Picnic at Hanging Rock is probably the best known one, but I haven't even been to see that place, area, or anything.
You could go on a Finding Nemo pilgrimage.
Oh, lovely. What is it? P. Sherman 42, Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Yeah. Oh man. I like how everyone in our generation probably knows that address off the top of their head.
My little sister used to be obsessed with that movie.
Hmm.
And there was a point when I could definitely recite it word for word. Like,
Yeah, me too.
So if you had to pick ghosts to be the books, or books to be the ghosts, what would they be?
What do you mean?
Like if you had to pick ghosts like from your library collection, that would be your ghosts. Like you had to like read through like to affect you.
Oh my goodness. You're on a roll with these questions today.
I know. You should join us every month.
You want to be in a live show?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so what books
Yes.
would you choose to be the ghosts in the story? Like to teach you stuff or like give you lessons or whatever.
What books?
Mm-hmm.
You might have to answer this first because I don't understand.
Maybe
Like books that have like had a change on your life, like for one way or another.
Oh, okay. All right. So 3 books that would be my ghosts.
okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. I'm going to have a look because I'm pretty sure I have a list of books that changed my life somewhere on my phone.
That's really a good deal. Okay, so I'm gonna say for past, The Sailor Dog, which is a little golden book. And because I read that when I was really little and it made me like reading. And that definitely changed my life and like my whole outlook on the world.
That's cute.
Yeah. I don't know about present. I don't know. Future, I would say The Alchemist, because you know I always have to talk about The Alchemist because I'm obsessed.
I'm looking at my life list now. It's not very exciting though. I think I know. I reckon that Cold Comfort Farm would have to be one of them.
Hmm.
And I feel like that would probably have to be like Present because that's a really cute book. Positive impact on other people's life. So that's a good one. Maybe Future can be like The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh no, I hope not. Oh my goodness.
The
No.
future that could be if we don't get our shit together. And I don't know about the past, but 2 is pretty good. Oh,
Yeah.
Books and Baking is some good answers. That's cute. Does anyone else have any ideas? And also Time and Chance is talking about other Dickens books, which I totally agree. The characters, there's so many of them. I tried to read Little a couple of years ago and ended up having to watch the television adaptation along with it. Like I'd read a section and then watch that episode because I was just getting so confused.
That's okay. I had to read Hamlet for school, and I would like watch the movies and then like read the scene in the play, and then go read the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't read any other Dickens books yet, but hopefully I will.
They're good. I feel like they almost make better television or like movie adaptations than they do books, just because it helps to have other people already have kept track of the characters for you. He writes really intimate stories where like there'll be a cast of like 30 plus characters and they're all intertwined and they've all got histories where they've like bumped into this person before and like affected them and put them on like this path instead of that path. And like it's this weird spider web of like people who have influenced each other in some way. It gets very confusing.
That sounds, but it also sounds like it would be really good.
Yeah, that's why I really like watching the like BBC adaptations of them. Because then I don't have to do all the thinking, but I can enjoy how clever the stories are.
Yeah. Ooh, Chelsea.
Where's my animal?
Yeah. Where is Lola?
Sorry. Lola is hiding away in another room.
Aw, you don't have food, so she's not interested.
Yep. Basically. She can't come in this room because this is where all the tea is. She'd cause a lot of... I'm not even actually staying here. This is just the spare room in where my stuff still is. So I just hide in the spare room to do my work and then go and sleep at a friend's house.
Oh. So did you find a new place or?
Still searching.
Okay. You find something super.
Hopefully. We've put in applications for a couple of places that I really like. But I have a lot of panic attacks because I'm scared that we're going to end up only like, I don't know, like getting accepted into a place that isn't big enough for all of my stuff.
Oh no.
Because I have so much stuff.
Oh.
And like I'm applying with these people that I've only met online. Like I've met them in person now, but like we met through a flatmate search website. And so like they haven't seen how much stuff I have and they don't have that much stuff. So they're happy for anything. They're like, oh, this place is great. It has a bedroom. Like that's all I need, a bedroom. And I'm like, I need a bedroom and also probably another room. And, you know, a lot of storage and a place for a rabbit.
Oh. Yeah, that always makes like an extra challenge looking for somewhere.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That's why. Oh well, we'll find somewhere. The place that I looked at this morning looked really good, so hopefully we get accepted into that.
Oh, that would be cool.
But who
I'll
knows?
keep for you.
The biggest bedroom had like a walk-in wardrobe and an ensuite bathroom, which means I'd be able to keep my tea stuff and my rabbit in my room. So
That would be
that would be perfect.
Books and baking. You definitely do need a dog. Dogs make
Or a baby goat. I think you might need a baby goat.
Yeah, or a baby goat. Either one, really. Same difference.
Baby goats.
Did you tell Chelsea your favorite tea flavor was?
No, I don't think I have. I don't know, Chelsea. Too hard. Let me look at what teas I have because I can't even remember anymore. The worst. There's like 20 of them.
Yeah, they're all very cool though.
Oh, thank you. I really liked my Christmas teas, but you can't get them anymore, so sorry about that.
I missed those.
I'm sorry. I really like the Secret Garden one, which like nobody has bought, which I find strange, but
What is it?
it's like green tea and rose and ginger, and is actually really nice. But I think people are like, I don't know what that would taste like, so they don't want to buy it, which I understand. But it's really,
Yeah.
it tastes like rain in the garden on a spring day.
Well, then I think I'll have to buy some. Since you put it that way.
And I really like the badger because I've just changed the recipe for that. But now I like it. I think I've finally got it to what I'm happy with. And the
which
one? The badger, like the Hufflepuff blend.
Oh yeah.
So the chocolate chai.
Mm-hmm. That one was. I like that it has bananas in it. I don't know why, but that seems so fitting for Hufflepuff.
Right. I was really happy when I finally figured out that I could add banana to it. Banana and chocolate, like, seems pretty Hufflepuff.
It does.
A lot of my favorite teas are actually ones from like the limited ranges that I'm not selling anymore. Like I really liked all of my Halloween ones and my Christmas ones, but
amazing. I liked every single one of them.
Thank you. So did I, to be honest. They were just like so autumny, such good autumn teas.
Mm-hmm. And when I was done tasting them hot, like I put my leftovers in the fridge after I did the video, and then I drank them, and they were good cold too. So you could have hot tea.
I'm actually thinking of adding a couple of them back, but like as different ranges.
Mm-hmm.
So like I might add the Dracula one into the classic range and things like that. A couple of them because I really want them.
Yeah. Well, okay. Then I will buy Dracula and the Halloween tree if you ever bring them back.
Hopefully that answers your question, Chelsea. Did any of you girls get the Carol tea while it was there that actually matches the book we're talking about? Everyone's talking about candles now.
Yeah, I do like candles. Candles are nice.
I'm about to start making candles, hopefully.
Ooh, like novelty candles?
Yes, they're going to be in
different. Huh?
They're going to be in teacups, like vintage teacup candles.
Oh my god, that's the most adorable thing I've ever heard in my life. Why are you so great?
Thank you. I'm really excited. They're going to be tea scented. Like I've got tea infused oils that they'll smell like tea as well. So Just
cool.
because how much more tea can you put into a candle?
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like most of the people in the chat aren't actually like subscribed to the parcel, so they haven't got any of the other stuff, which is actually really cool.
Yeah. Tummy Chance wants to know if we like the nephew. I liked the nephew, other than like we said that game when he was talking crap about Scrooge.
Yeah, I liked him up until
Yeah.
that point, and then I felt a bit awkward about him, just because, like, I get that it was there for the story, like Charles Dickens wrote that for the story, but I don't know if someone would do that.
Yeah. But besides that, I think he was mostly like I really liked how he was like even though Scrooge was super mean to him all the time, he never like
It was
gave.
like, yeah, Merry Christmas to him and would continue to invite him. Like, it just seems so, I think it's just that it seems against character for him to then make fun of him in charades.
Yeah.
When being so, like, positive and such a good dude about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. But yes, I did. What about, like, the party scene? Like, when they're at the party where the nephew does that? All of the weird goings on with, like, the nephew's wife's sister or something? And
Wait,
some other guy that had the hots for her?
wait, what? I'm having my memory a little bit jumbled.
I only vaguely remember it because I was obviously listening to the audiobook and everything happened so fast.
Mm.
But like when they're at like the Christmas party on the Ghost of Christmas Present trip, and they're all playing like they play Blind Man's Bluff. And one of the guests at the party like has the hots for one of the girls, and Dickens keeps describing her as being like plump and not very attractive.
Yeah, I remember that now.
And then he like chases her into the corner and they hide behind the curtains. That was really strange.
It's odd. Yeah, okay. I remember now. I had blocked it out a little bit from memory.
I felt like that part was very strange. He had some really strange descriptions of the women, which made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, he did. Like there was a part where wasn't he like comparing like pretty heavily, like this girl was much prettier than the other girl or whatever.
Yeah, and someone else was described as like having lips that looked like their whole purpose in life was to be kissed or something weird like that. And I was like, cool.
Or talking or eating
Nice.
food or, you know.
No, not actually eating or letting sustenance into the body so that it survives or communicating with other humans. No. No.
Oh my god. So what question would you ask Dickens about A Christmas Carol? I feel like that's a good time to answer that one.
Yeah. Why, Dickens?
Why?
I don't know. What question would you ask him?
What? Oh no, thank you. I would want to know. I feel like it's a cop-out answer if I say more about Scrooge's backstory, but
It's a good question, though. We've definitely already established that we want to know more about Scrooge's backstory.
I want to know more about what kind of friendship Scrooge and Marley had, because it seemed like they were pretty good friends. But then also, like, was Marley just as mean as Scrooge, or was it just Scrooge that was mean?
Good question.
Yeah.
I reckon I would be curious to know why he wrote it, because it seems so different to like all of the other books that he's written.
Yeah.
The other books are like just intricate stories, and then this one is like a short story that's clearly trying to like
Send a
tell a moral or send a message.
Yeah.
Dude, what's up with that?
Yeah. What, like, did something happen that made you feel the need to like spread this message?
I'd ask him if he was Scrooge.
That's a good.
Interesting. That's a good question.
I agree.
One thing I've always wanted to know, not specifically about this book, but like I read somewhere that Dickens got like paid by the word or something like that.
Yeah, I read that too.
Which is why his books are so long.
Yeah.
So I want to know if that's true.
Yeah, me too. Or just
From like a reliable source. Oh, bye, Chelsea.
bye. We will miss you.
And your goat.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've kind of wanted to know whether that's actually true or not, because I think that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. That would be.
Like, you can forgive him for writing pretty long, wordy books if that was his way of earning money. Like,
Yeah.
I did too.
When I was visiting my grandma, while I was reading A Christmas Carol, she was like, I don't like books written by women because they get too long-winded and descriptive. And I was like, Grandma.
You're literally reading Dickens right now. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
Oh, man.
Oh. Cool. Any other questions? Or should we start to try and wrap up soon? What's the deal?
We could wrap. My phone battery is 20% on my phone battery, so it might actually just die soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. Does anyone else have any more questions or anything before we potentially sign off? It's going to take them minutes to answer that because of the lag.
Oh, New Year's resolutions. Did you have any?
I want to ask that, actually. Good point. I have so many.
Yeah.
I'm the worst.
Aww.
I'm such a sucker for resolutions. I'm like a resolution whore. I just make a million of them. Don't keep any of them.
I just make like really vague resolutions that you'll never know if you actually did meet them or not. Like,
yeah, just like general aim. Like,
yeah.
I do that too. Yeah. No, I have heaps. Do you have any like reading resolutions, reading goals for the year?
No, except I do kind of have it in the back of my head that I need to make more priority for reading books that like I'm choosing for myself, not just books that like, I don't know, authors are sending me or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good goal.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my goals now because I wrote them on a blog because I can't remember them.
Off to a good start.
Yeah. I'm actually going to be making a video about my goals later today for YouTube as well, so that's nice.
Oh, yay. Like your reading goals or general goals?
I don't know, probably both.
Awesome. I can't wait.
I guess my main immediate goals would be to find a house and a job. That would be nice.
Also, hello, me too. Actually, I just got a job actually, so check that one off. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dang. Oh, that's a huge relief.
Yeah.
What's on my list of goals? I want to try and read 3 books a month, which I think is okay. I need to stop buying audiobooks because every time I Audible, I spent so much money on audiobooks, so I'm only allowed to buy 1 audiobook a month with my like credit that I get. Otherwise, I'll lose too much money.
Aww.
I don't know. I want to read more diversely. I have like a plan for like different kinds of books I want to try and read more of this month. I'm trying to learn more French and Spanish because I didn't do that at all last year.
Yeah, I know I need to get back into my German. Oh no, I'm at 10% now.
Okay.
Fast.
Excellent goals. All right, we might have to talk more about goals in the next book of the month chat.
Yeah, we can do.
Now I need to go.
How are we doing on our goals next month?
Yeah, we can check in on how those goals are going after month 1.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thank you guys for coming and chatting and having such good questions about A Christmas Carol.
Thank you. Cool.
Alrighty.